What's up friends, I'm Toby, and guess what? I got a job in the game industry, and in this video we're gonna talk about it. Stick around. Yes, I got a job. What am I gonna do exactly? I'm not sure if I said this on YouTube, but I make a living as a graphics artist. I'm making product images and videos for e-commerce for the past couple of years, and before that I studied graphics, 3D and 2D, and on a computer. So that's my life. Graphics artist by day, musician by night. Ever since I started studying like computer graphics, I had the ambition, to make games. I said that in the fall update video, but I have always liked games, like since I was a kid. Before music, gaming was like my hobby, or what do you say? Then I discovered music and the guitar and stuff, and kind of fell away. But I always been fascinated with games, and an art form where you really can put your player or yourself in another person's shoes. That's fucking powerful, and I think we're gonna see a lot more of that. And I always wanted to work with that. I was the kind of guy that extracted like models from Half-Life or Zelda, and just to see how everything was put together. And it's super exciting that I'm finally gonna take my step to make games professionally. I said in that video as well that I've been making games myself, like as a hobby, since I was a kid, with the game maker tool and stuff. It would actually be pretty cool if I dug some up and show you, but that would require me to go back to my old computers and whatever. If anybody of you wanna see that, then I would be happy to do that, because that would be fun. But I did publish a game in 2015 that I had made myself and published myself through Google Play, and that probably led me to the job I had previously, and that's, I guess, eventually led me to get the job that I have now. I mean, not exactly. Let me tell you how I got it, okay? So I studied computer graphics design, and eventually that led me to making the game. I couldn't really land a job at first, so I just, instead of like giving up on what I have learned, I just buckled down and produced the game, and I paid my rents with like part-time work at my father's. He has a carpentry firm, so I could always like do some part-time work there to sustain myself while I was making my game. It was an intense period because I started the band at that time as well. Because I always had to make music, of course. This was around like 2014, 15. So I worked like a couple of days a week, and all the other time I made my game, and it was intense. And money was tight, but I always had a way to make a living, even if I didn't want to do that. That wasn't my thing. I realized how blessed I am to have that opportunity, to have a father who owns his own carpentry company. I could always go and build some houses, and that would mean that I wouldn't have to starve. So, thank you so much. I will never forget that. That is... yeah. Anyway, this game was released, and when I finished it, I worked on it for like 6 months, and I worked on it for like, it was about half a year. And when I finished it and put it out, I got this, I got a job, my first real job within the industry. And this was, like I said, it was a couple of years ago. So while the game didn't really become much, I look at it as a way to get that job. That was my foot into the industry, and it was it was a great job. It was the best job I had had up until that point. Awesome colleagues, and I got to try out a lot of cool stuff. I ended up in like a position where I did like pitch work, so I had new projects coming in every other week, and it was so much fun, and it was really cool that I was able to make a living using like Photoshop and making graphics. Because while it's not my dream to make product images, I know that, but I always, since I went to high school, I always wanted to use Photoshop for a living, and I had a real career as a graphics artist, and I will never forget the days working outside in the rain, being able to work inside a warm office space with some of my favorite software and awesome colleagues. That was incredible. Fast forward 2 years, I moved to this new town and I need to get a job in here, you know? So I contact, some months before I move, I contact a bunch of companies in here within like the gaming space and the ad agencies and such that could use my expertise, and I get a few meetings, but nothing really solidifies. I get to shake a few hands and just get a feel for the job markets within this new town, but I don't land a job per se. So when time comes to move, it was scary because I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do. I had some opportunity to do some freelance work for my older company, and that was gonna be the way that I sustained myself, and that would be part-time, and that would be super cool. That would mean that I would be able to sustain myself working for my old employer. But at the same time, working from home in a new town, it's easy to get isolated, and I want to have a job where I would meet people, you know? So I wouldn't spend all my time in the apartment. But at the same time, I would have a lot of time to make the YouTube stuff and the music at home, and that's why I could promise so much in the fall update video I made, because I thought that I would just be working part-time. But that didn't really pan out, because a few weeks into moving here, I was contacted by one of these companies I met this summer, and back then they couldn't employ me. Their project they have been working on got expanded. They got added budget, and they needed more graphical and programming talent. So I was still on their list because I've been meeting with them a few times, and we've been getting to know each other, and they want to hire me. So like I said, mere weeks into moving here, I landed a new job in an industry I have been wanting to work my entire life. So it's easy to look at this like I got lucky, I moved here and somebody contacted me, but there's a much wider perspective to be had here. I've been wanting to work in gaming for about as long as I can remember, and I've been putting up my own games and working hard on making them on my own when nobody would pay me to do that, because it's what I wanted to do. So that's the thing. If you do good stuff, you work hard and have a positive attitude, things will work out. Your choices have consequences, and your actions does not go unnoticed. It might take some time, and you're gonna have to employ patience, but identify your North Star, your goal, and work towards it. Chip away, work hard every day. That's what I want you to take away from this. Sure, I didn't get a job when I first made contact with the companies, but by making contact, by meeting with them and introducing myself, I was in their minds when they got the opportunity to make a hire. So it was disappointing at first because I was scared of moving without having really anything to do. But at the same time, if you put yourself out there and you are hardworking and you're positive, then eventually one of these doors you knock will open, and opportunity can come from where you might not expect it, you know? I told you in the update video that I have been making a game myself since this spring, and I won't be able to put out any games when my employment starts. Therefore, we're going to release it before the end of the month, and we got a real name now, and it's gonna be called Super Blockster, and it's gonna be free. It's an action puzzle game, and I think you're gonna love it. I made it together with a friend, and I've been making the aesthetics, the visuals, and the audio, and he's been putting the game together, writing the code and stuff, and turns out really cool. I'm super proud of it, and I can't wait to share it with you. It's been a lot of work putting it together, and I hope you like it. I'll of course make the announcement here when it's done, but yeah, it's small touches, you know. Such a luxurious problem. I won't be able to make games at home because I'm gonna be making games full time. That means that I will dedicate all my spare time just making music and videos for you guys. Making this game has been an awesome time. It's been super cool working with my friend Emil, and I'm really proud and happy about what we have accomplished here. And when the game is out, I'm just gonna devote all my spare time to music and you guys. And while I won't be able to make as much content as I promised in that silly video, I'm gonna chip away at it. I'm gonna make more stuff, and I'm gonna need a few songs coming up actually. This week I got myself a rehearsal space in town where I can, sing and scream all I want without disturbing my neighbors. So I'm gonna put some new songs together, and I'm gonna release them whenever they are ready. Till the next time, thank you so much for listening to these rambles. Hopefully you get something out of this. Hopefully it's, motivating or inspiring or whatever. Just be true to yourself, work hard, and the world or the universe or whatever will reward that. Your actions does not go unnoticed. Chip away, be patient, and things will work out. Until next time, I'm Toby Travis. Take care. Bye.
Tell me what the fuck I am inside of.